So far you're the only one back, but they will come back, I'm sure. How you doing? I do like messing about with vinyls. I much prefer messing about with vinyls than I do racing. I find this sort of relaxing mucking about with these. But I want to do something with the colour. Because the colour wants to be like a powdery blue, don't it? OMP is absolutely dreadful. I think it's just a waste of time going on OMP. It's pretty pointless. If you want to go, I think you just got to be in the right mood for it. I don't know if I need a number 4 on the front, do I? I need one on that bonnet really, don't I? Probably the same sort of size as that. Chuck one on the bonnet anyway. As I've got enough. I don't want to do that. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there will do nicely. Somewhere around there. Number, I might fatten this up, I think. This number 4. Oh, that's pretty fat already, isn't it? Right, now the colour, I want to get sort of a pale blue, but I can't seem to get a pale blue. I don't like any of the standard colours. So, I didn't want to do that, did I? So if I put that 2, there somewhere. And there. And then change that for some sort of blue. Pale blue. Pale blue. It probably wants on the top as well, doesn't it? That straight first. Pale blue. Then move them all down on top of the white. Put that there. All 3 of them have got to go there, I reckon. You can only ever seem to move one of these at a time. The rest of them you have to go down a bit at a time. And I'm going to look at the colour, see if the colour looks sort of right. What's that doing? I'll turn that off. God's sake. There. So it should be about there somewhere. So, lighten it up a bit, I think. That might want one top and bottom, that I think. I can see where the bottom is. Blue for you. Right, that's the bottom one. The blues and that you get in the game, I don't think are the right sort of colour. I'm trying to lighten it a bit, or blue it up a bit, or whatever. Right, so it's the bottom, side. Put that over there so I know which order it is. Right, so we've got right front, left front, top, bottom. That looks alright. Now, is anything right? This left hand side looks a bit darker to me than the right. So that I'm going to move out a bit. In fact, I'm going to move it out quite a lot. I'll move it out so the centre of where my finger is on the middle is just outside the car. I'll do that the same on here. So it's just outside the car. And the top and the bottom, well, that looks alright. It'd be one of them like everything else that I sort of will tinker with over time, but to start with, that ain't right, is it? That black, that orange has got to go above that. I like the colour blue, but we haven't got that colour here. The colours that we've got on here are too blue for my liking, that's why I try to lighten it down. The only other thing I can do is to look at the paint itself, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game here so I can revert back to it, because I'm quite happy with the way that is. Only 2 hours ago since the last save, that is terrible. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to change a couple of the colours, because if I change the orange, because at the moment the whole car's matte, because the base colour of the orange, which looks about right to me, is I don't know if it wants to be a metallic-y colour or gloss colour, but I might sort of go for a metallic look, and in that way it'll change the colours a little bit. So if I went for a metallic, and that is meant to be orange, it don't look nothing like orange to me. So that would shine the car up a bit, but the paintwork don't look bad. So what I'd have to do with that is, I need a bit of help here, a bit of opinions. I don't know what other I don't think I like candy apple much, or do I? Candy apple I think is probably too bright. There's not a gloss orange, but I could change. Where am I? Right, so metallic, I'm going to keep the car metallic, so it don't really matter what colour I pick, to be honest. And then from there I was going to change the anything that had the colour of the car, so that's going to be all of these. I'm going to change to orange on the game, or on the vinyls. And then if I like it I'll keep it, if I don't I'll just revert back to my cloud save. There's only a few vinyls there. Right, now does that look better or not? Not really much in it, I don't think. But now it's gone from like obviously a matte colour to a metallic paint, but it's still the same sort of thing anyway. I think I might keep that. I don't know if it's ready for a couple of races. Yeah, I think you're right, Neil. If you can change the rims, it would be a lot better. If you can fatten them up more. There's so, I mean, the customization part of this game is a really enjoyable part for me and many other people. I don't know whether the fact that you're limited to 50 vinyls and you haven't got that much actually adds to the enjoyment or not really. So yeah, I would, out of everything, I would prefer to have, like on the paints, not the paints, on the vinyls themselves. I mean, the 50 limit, it becomes a challenge to do anything half decent, it seems to me. But if those are going to add anything, I'd prefer this where they got this palette of, how many are there? 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 16. So you've got about 48 colours. And if that you could, there was like a colour picker, you can just sort of pick and drag it to the colour you want. I would actually prefer that, having more colour options than vinyl limit. Obviously it'd be nice if you could say put a, you know, I know this has got a racing spoiler itself, but forget that on lots of cars that haven't got that. You can put a, you know, great big rear wing on and a couple of wider wheel arches and put on say 22 or 24 inch wheels with, you know, a range of different shapes would be a lot better. But in general, that's, I quite like that. It's quite an iconic car and it's a nice looking thing. Right, let's do a couple of races in the thing. Now it's all got a few stickers on it. I should have had the sound on really so you could have heard it, but what we got here? 2 laps. Where were we? Catalonia, was it? What does my little beauty look like going down the road? I'm really not a lover of them exhaust pipes. Well, you're smashing all my paintwork up. I'm looking at the rear wing to see when that's a brake wing, I presume, isn't it? So it should come up. Yeah, I don't actually like that wing much. I'm not going to win this. I'm not going to have time to get through though. This is only the national, isn't it? I'm too busy looking at the car and not looking at. I don't really want to scratch my car now. Whoa, they are miles ahead up here. No, you can only do it with an emulator on a PC. There are a few people that have got emulators for this that do. I don't think they actually play it. I think they just use it so they can get multiple payouts on things. I don't think they actually play the game on it. Well, you ain't winning this one. You've got to spend less time looking at the car or more time on driving, I think, by the look of it. I've done the Golf livery before, but that's been on Porsches, not on the... What's the cockpit view look like? It's a nice cockpit, isn't it? Has anyone played at Grid Auto Sport? Because on I've got that on PlayStation, but the AI are just so aggressive. They just smash you up the whole way around the track. They're just like too aggressive, I think. But anyway, that has come out on iOS, and it's the first game that will challenge Real Racing 3 for being the best mobile simulator type car racing game, rather than the arcadey ones that almost all of them are, or CSI like the drag racing type thing. The Grid Auto Sport, and I think it's £10 I think to buy it, but it's only on iOS. You can't get it on Android. But it's going to really challenge Real Racing 3 for definite. So if any of you have got iOS, and I presume I've not got iOS, I've not had iOS for a couple of years, anything to do with Apple, but you on Android, if you buy a game you don't like it, you can get your money back. So I presume the iOS Play Store thing is going to be the same as Google. But if you have got iOS and you've not played that Grid Auto Sport, I would definitely recommend you downloading it and trying it out. I've not played the mobile version, only the PlayStation version, but as I say, the AI are very aggressive, but it's very much like Real Racing 3 setup with the tracks and stuff. But the car, you get the commentary of like you do with, say, Assetto Corsa or Project Cars, that sort of thing. You get the encouragement from your on the radio with your pit crew and stuff. But the cars look really good as well. No, it's only on iOS currently. It's only on iOS. Thing is with CSR, I mean, it's only a straight bit of road, isn't it? They've got no corners, the fact they've got no undulations and stuff. It's just drag racing. It might be one of them, one of them games that if I did actually play it, I might get into it. But the actual concept of it doesn't give me any desire whatsoever to even have a go at it. It just doesn't appeal to me. Got about as much appeal as learning to do maybe, I don't know, knitting or something. No appeal whatsoever. That is a nice looking car. I'm quite happy with this car. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's looking pretty good. I'm pleased the way the colour has come out more than anything else, because it's the colour that is the real tricky thing to try and emulate, I think, rather than, I mean, the patterns and doing the Golf livery that are actually pretty easy, but the colour is not easy. I'm well pleased with that. Elimination, Raw's donation. Yeah, I think yeah, you can. I think you can stream Grid Autosport. I mean, if I had iOS, I would stream it now. Yeah, I mean, I think I've done this Golf livery 2 or 3 times before. Like I say, they've been on Porsches, and the blue's never been right. I've never liked the blue, but on this one, I thought I'd try and use the gradient between. I don't know if I had a white or a silver as a base thing first, and then sort of add a blue to it. But that is one thing about being restricted to vinyls, is that when you do one that you like, which isn't very often for me, I must admit, it's you sort of feel as though you've achieved something, because you are limited to, you know, what you can work with, really. Have you played Grid Autosport, Elias, on mobile version? So I've got it on PlayStation, but I don't particularly like it. It's the opponents are just far too aggressive, and there's too many corners. You know, like what's the other gun? GT2 or something or other, I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called now. On that, it's, to me, so like where we turn left, left, right, it's quite twisted, this little track. If you add twice the amount of turns that this track's got, that's quite typical of what most car racing games are. It's all about going round corner every sort of 4 or 5 seconds, and you've got to start skidding and drifting it everywhere. Well, you know, I don't particularly like that much. And Grid Autosport is definitely more, you know, it wants you to skid and slide and drift and all that everywhere, but so that doesn't really appeal to me. Speed, you know, speed has got nothing to do with my enjoyment of car racing games, funnily enough. It should be, because it's, you know, it's all about speed and how fast you can get around, but that just does not, that's not what I play it for. I play it purely just to have a little you know, have a drive around and enjoy the drive around, and even daft things like looking a bit of, you know, they've got a nice sunlight or nice sky as you're going along Le Mans or whatever, you know, that sort of thing. And I find it interesting when they've got a new, even something daft like along the Molson Strait, they might put in a new couple of houses or a road sign, even something like that, or change the size of the moon, that sort of thing. I appreciate it when they do that. But actually sort of going around from doing Le Mans in 2 minutes or doing it in 1 minute 58, that is not an appeal to me, strangely enough. That seemed to be a lot of laps, didn't it, for what you had to do. Oh, I don't know how to do this Red Bull ring. I really struggle on this Red Bull ring. How much service have I got? I think whatever way I do it, it's going to put me into the red regardless. Why don't I build a racing team? I've had loads of racing teams, loads, and they get filled up with people who don't never race. I must have had 50 racing teams in the time, and it all gets filled up with people who, you know, they all say, oh yeah, I'll race, and none of them do. Very, very few do. When I set up, there's a Facebook group called Real Racing Chat Lounge. Oh come on, don't start all that already. And I set that up originally for the first, probably first 2 years I was here. It was my group originally, and that at one time we had 4 or 5 race teams in it, and they was all pretty active. Real Racing Chat Lounge team, he's still going now, and I'll still join them sometimes on the Top Speed Challenge. Not for anything else, but there was a time when it was, you know, race teams were really popular and people wanted to, you know, be amongst 20 people that were all happy and willing to do, you know, several hours in one day racing round and round and round and round and round and round and round. But you sort of get fed up with it. But as people go through the career and they sort of, you know, first discover race teams and stuff, you want to be part of a team, and I can understand that. But then what happens is they get part of a team and then don't even race one, you know, they don't even race one race, or they'll do, say, 1 lap at Brands Hatch and say, I'll put the car in for a service. You know, there's no point being in a race team if you've got that sort of attitude. But and also there's, if you've got 20 people in the team and 17 of them don't do a thing, and the other 3 do, you know, might drive maybe a couple of hours each or something, then your rewards get split by the whole 20, not by the 3 that put the effort in, but the whole 20 get the same amount. Even if you kick them out, they still get the same. Well, they don't get anything, but your rewards are split by 20. So finding the right team is really, really difficult. I mean, I don't really want to race for sort of say 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever, and then there's 15 people in that team who don't race at all, and I'm giving them, you know, they're getting the same as me out of it. It just don't seem right to me. I've got no idea how far I've got to go here. It's normally about 10. It's normally about 10, isn't it? Do I even need to overtake this one? I don't want to go any further than what I have to. I'm pretty sure I won't need to overtake this car here. Don't think I'll need to overtake him. Oh, the exhaust is having a bit of a blast up there. Is he first or second? Oh, here he is, 9.5. I'll do me nicely. Let's part the girl up, shall we? Oh, look at that, he smashed it all up. I don't remember smashing all that up. My poor little baby, been smashed up. Right, so what's the chances this thing's in the red then? Who's trying to get in a race team, and what do you want from a race team? What level are you? And how much are you honestly going to race in one day? So like this car here, there's a lap challenge, I think, something like that for this coming up. So say that started in whatever 2 days time, you've got a whole 24 hours to race this car and do laps in it. How many laps would you seriously, honestly do? Because that's what you got to think of, what sort of team you're going to join. Because there's loads of teams that you can join a team, you can be in a team, and you all don't race. Most teams are actually like that. If you look at most teams, you'll find there's 20 people in them. And you'll find they're all level sort of 10 to 15, and not one of them will race. Not even one race. Right, I'm really dreading going for this race because I know I'm going to struggle. Yeah, but if you give them the boot, they still take your rewards. I've had it before with a team of say 20. 3 of us have done things, 17 haven't. You boot them all out and you still get your rewards between the 3 of you. You're still divided by 20. When you get people in a team, you've got no idea if they're going to race or not. The only sort of guess you make is that in general, and I've had, as I say, I must have had at least 50 teams, at least, and I would say 9 out of 10 players are not worth being in a race team if you want to put effort in. If you want to just be in a race team where you have a little chat to each other and stuff, that's, you know, that's great, and that's fine, but you need to be with 20 other people that all think the same thing. It's when you've got some people that want to put 6 hours in, and then they are stuck with people who don't put any effort in, any effort whatsoever. I knew I was going to cock that up. But if there's 20 of you and you're all doing nothing, then that's great, because you are all, you know, you really need to find a team that's like-minded to what you are. But there are far too many people who want to do no effort whatsoever, but be in a really good team and get good rewards, but not actually put any effort in it themselves. And that's where it all gets a bit awkward, really. I mean, I wouldn't want to go in a team now that expects you to run 7 hours in a day. I couldn't do it. Well, I could do it, but I don't want to do it anymore. So I wouldn't join a team that's what the expectation is. Am I too far away to win this already, I wonder? So it's good back when I first started Real Racing Chat Lounge, because we had 4 teams, and the people that were, so we had about 80 racers. Out of that one group we had about 80 people. In fact, there's some people couldn't even get in the 4th team, so we had probably nearly 100 people maybe who wanted to be in the race team. But what we did was, the ones that showed, you know, the ones that wanted to race a lot. I mean, some people wanted to race 24 hours out of 24 hours. I had a few people that would race the whole 24 hours. And I certainly, get out of the way, I certainly couldn't do it, but there are some people that's what they want to do. So, and there were some people that would, you know, and the people that were racing maybe 10 hours a day were being accused of just slacking and not worth being in their team. But so the like-minded people went in the same team together. So all the ones that wanted to race at least say 10 hours a day all went in the top team, and then the people that all were racing maybe 6 hours a day all went in the second team. The ones who raced a couple of hours out of that went in the third team, and ones that didn't, you know, put much effort in, maybe an hour or half an hour, were in the bottom team. But they were all then, in a team which suited them, which is the only way you can do it with race teams. Otherwise it's just resentment and people feeling obliged to race 3-4 hours a day when they don't want it. Well, I'm quite surprised I'm winning this. But I didn't even use the manager because I didn't expect to win this race at all. Yeah, I can manage 10 hours a day, Josh Bot, but can you? You'll be surprised how many times I've heard that, and it comes to it, and then for some reason or another, that 10 hours is about half an hour. If you can, then you should join somebody like Julian's team, because that's a sort of you know, they need. Yeah, but it's no good if you kick them out. It's no good because they've already got your rewards. So Josh, you're in the team with the Three Musketeers, aren't you? With Tylo, Anthony, and who's the other stooge? I can't remember the other one's name now for the minute. Anyway, that team, you're in that with that lot, aren't you? I'll try something in the red, I think. Anthony, Tylo, because I mean they, you know, they like the game, but their progress in the game, how slowly they level up, you can see that they just don't play it much. Ivan, that's the fella, Ivan. Now Ivan, Tylo, now I've forgotten the other one's name. Ivan, Tylo, and I am hopeless with bloody trying to think of things straight away. Anyway, the Three Stooges, or the Three Musketeers, as they were called, they I might as well give that a go in the red, I suppose. Now they normally will race an hour, maybe an hour, or maybe 2 hours. Now for a decent team, that is nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. But they are in a team where all the three of them race the same sort of time each, so it's good because they're all in the same team. They all do about an hour or so. There's no pressure to do 7 hours, and they know they're not all going to just sit there doing nothing. So it's a good team because they're all in, you know, the team that are all the same as them, and that's what you need to look for. Like LJR or IJR, I can never remember his IJR or LJR. No, he over the time with his teams, they are very, what I would call, inactive. They don't race hardly at all. So to me, it's, but he does it for the social side more than getting any rewards at it. Again, that's, you know, that's what he wants it for. He wants it for the social side of things, and that's good as well. But like Julian's team, they do it for the rewards. They do it to be one of the best teams going, and they are. But with them, if you slack, you're out the door. And it's really, you know, they're quite fussy who they let in and stuff, which is because they are what I would consider to be a proper team. Now if I get loads of back markers, I could possibly win this. If I get loads of back markers, I don't mess it up too much. Go away, you. No, you'd think over 7 laps you'd definitely get a few back markers to help you out, wouldn't you? See, to me, the only reason that I've ever finished this game, the only reason is because of race teams and how much gold you can get out of race teams. That's the only reason I ever finished the game. If I didn't go into race teams and race ridiculous amounts of hours, I never ever would have finished this game without either hacking it or spending thousands of real money, and neither of them two interest me. I don't want to hack it, I want to earn it. I don't want to spend real cash either, so the only other option is to, whenever you race, to race where it's worthwhile. So now obviously when I'm streaming I've already finished, it doesn't matter, but when I went through the career, to I'm looking at where he's coming up, he's going to go past me. Oh no, I've missed him. Oh, well, I'll get another back marker. I tried to take a nice big swipe then, I could have maybe defended him instead. Oh, he's in back marker up there. So I hope he gets stuck. Hello mate, I'm going to call you Steve still because I've got no idea how you pronounce your name. Or come on, Hoodoo Voodoo, crash or something. Don't know if I'm going to get another back marker to help me out. I'm probably due to skid and all. Oh, nearly. Don't go past him, don't go past him. You miserable git. Well, I'm going to have to try and defend on my life here. Go away, go away, go away. Oh, you git. What a git. Tried to defend and he still had me at the end. Oh dear. Now your team, Julian, your team's too much for me. I don't want to put in like 10 hours. I don't need to do it anymore, so. How much did I lose by there? How much did he beat me by? Oh, that 7 laps. He beat me by .1. Hoodoo Voodoo, your name is on my hit list. I can't play Forza. I've not got a Xbox. Well, I have, but I haven't got Forza. Well, I must admit, I looked at a couple of videos a couple of weeks ago, Forza Horizon I think, and he was driving a Mini. It looked brilliant. open well, just, I mean, that's what I like. I do like just like driving through wherever. Nice scenery and stuff is what I like. Nice scenery, just driving. This is a lovely track. I like Brands Hatch. I wish they'd open the bloody Grand Prix side of it up. For those of you who don't know, the Grand Prix part of it, as you come along here where I am now, just onto the, if we go around to the left here, you'll see an opening to the left. And that's the opening there to the Grand Prix. And it comes back out where we are now. So it's sort of there, but they just don't open it. Oh, go away, Jim. Now why couldn't I have done that to that voodoo first time around? I might get a little bit better if I add sound that I could actually hear. I'd probably better go a little bit faster, but what's the matter with Forza Horizon 7 then? I think the one I looked at was Horizon 3, I think. I tell you it was on for the because my son, one of my sons, he's got an Xbox 360, but he don't use anymore. But he doesn't like car racing games, so he obviously hasn't got Forza. So I've got an Xbox 360, but oh no, his controller don't work. That's right. But my other son, he said he's got an Xbox 360 and about 5 controllers. I can just have him if I want, but he keeps forgetting to bring them over. I think from what I've seen video wise, don't know how it plays obviously, but from the graphics wise and stuff and the design of it, Forza is right up my alley. See all this collecting off of other teams, all that sponging that goes on. I'm surprised people can still do it. I don't actually like that. See, again, you ain't earning your way through the game, are you? But I do get, you know, when they give out the race team, so like if they, I mean, they set the targets, don't they? So they know full well, for you to run solo, you've got to race about 7 hours to get. I mean, sometimes they pay you 500 gold for it, and that to me, if I race 7 hours and I get 500 gold, I deserve it. If I don't race at all and just pick up 500 gold from other people that have, I ain't earned that, so I don't deserve it. Oh, it's the last lap again. Well, I'm only third. That went quick. Right, so look at that chat. I haven't read some of that chat. I couldn't really see it what was going on. Right, where are we? Do you like F1? Don't know. I haven't played it for years. I only played the F1 2016 on mobile, and that was terrible. But I can't imagine there's anything like a proper version of Formula 1. BBX1. That's all the the All Rats lot, isn't it? The All Stars, whatever they call it. The All Stars lot. I was going to join that when I heard about Jason, because I used to speak to Jason a lot, He's probably one of the nicest people I've ever come across on this game. And when I heard about him, I wanted to join it and just do a race sort of in his honour sort of thing, if you like. But the team wasn't running on that one, and I haven't been back since. But a lot of them in that team are all-stars, which I don't really get on with, to be honest. A few of them are alright. Paul Walker and that, he's alright, and you know, several of them are alright, but there's a few of them I just think are dickheads. I just don't like them. But they've been going a long time. No, Tylo's got a good team, but you know, Tylo's got a good team because it suits them. They are all of a very similar, you know, a similar type of racer, if you like. They all want to do an hour or so, but they ain't never going to win anything at it. But that's not obviously what they're doing it for. Other people say, like me, if I'm not getting rewards out of a team, I don't want to be in it. But other people want the social side, so like LJR does. BBX1, position 115. Yeah, see that now? They're a funny team, that BBX1. Going back to them, because they're all stars, most of them, and but you find that they've normally got about 15 in the team. 11 of them will do a lot, and the same old few never do a bleeding thing. A few get carried all the time. Now, to me, I shouldn't be in it, but you know, I've got a different perspective. I've got a different perspective of you know, what works for me in a race team might not necessarily work for somebody else. But my own what I want out of it, that team's no good for me, because I wouldn't want to carry a few people, you know, say like, oh, what's his name, the old Bible puncher, whatever his name, can't remember his name now, Jet L Stream or something he comes up as on Google Plus. I can't think of his name now. Anyway, there's a couple, him and that Schlumberg, whatever his name is, he goes in it sometimes, and then you'll find some of them will race like 7 hours and they'll do 20 minutes. So they should go and drop down into a lower team who also do 20 minutes. Do you know, this is fun. Out of all the race teams things we get, if it's laps, I can quite happily drive around here Brands Hatch. I know I've not won one yet, and that, but again, it's not really that important to me. But I could drive around here and do this 7-lapper easily 20 times on the trot. Easy. Even if I've been racing somewhere else already. So I enjoy driving around this track. I enjoy you get enough of a break on the straights to sort of, you know, for you to be able just to, your concentration to wander, and it doesn't actually matter. So out the corners you've got, there's probably only about 4 or 5 corners, if that. You've actually got to actually think where you're going to brake, and you know, and if you win, good. If you don't, you know, I honestly don't really care these days whether I win or not. There's no fault where if I was to service it, I'd win it quite comfortably. But some of the best races I've had, when I have won, have been when the car needs a service, or it's you know, nowhere near upgraded enough, so you've got to drive the nuts off it to win. And they are the races that you look back on and sort of really enjoy. The ones where you're fully upgraded and then you're in the lead after 2 corners and you've got 7 or 8 laps, they ain't enjoyable at all. I hope you're the bloke in the lead. Oh, he is marvellous. Hoodoo voodoo, isn't it? I might let him go past because I want him. He had me over before. A little bit of payback time for him coming up, I think. I'd rather even try and get him for a bit of payback and not win, rather than just win. Because he had me over a couple of races ago, so he needs to see a bit of grass, this boy. Funny, mind, I smashed my car up in the process. Oh, come on, man. Oh, and he's a German. There's a surprise. Oh, they're all going past me. Don't mention the war. Oh, 40,000. That was well funny, that was. I watched that sometime, still on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to struggle again now. All through being daft, but never mind. I tried to get him, but I didn't manage it. But you could have held him up, couldn't you? You, whoever you are. You could have done me a favour, but no. You just let him walk past you and then take a swipe at me. Oh, go on. Oh, I bet he's oh, he ain't recovered much better than me. Oh, I've got another one here now. Oh, they're all going past me. Oh, shall I go across the corner? No. Well, I might just put the thing in service because it's trying to enjoy myself. Just ain't working. Oh, never mind. Never mind, Sonny. I'll live to fight another day. Oh, I'm having another go. If I do that in the green, I'm then going to be back in the bloody red again, aren't I? That chopping the grass off at the end is very much hit and miss to me. It's quicker, but the last bit of straight you get on it, you go so slow they can quite often catch you, and you can't defend them. I really just need to drive it a bit better. Here, where's our mate from yesterday? Well, who's the bloke from yesterday? Butter wouldn't melt. Him. Do they? No different. What's that advert used to be about? Couldn't tell it was butter or something or other. Him. Where's he been today? I'm sure he could give me a few tips how to improve. But that's what most people don't seem to get. I don't actually care if I'm another 2 seconds faster. I just enjoy driving the thing around the track. If I could concentrate, which isn't easy for me, I'd probably be pretty good. But that's why I quite like the top speed challenges, and why I feel like I can compete with anybody. I don't care who they are, I can compete with anybody in them top speed challenges, because it's only 1 or 2 corners. I can concentrate for 1 or 2 corners. The whole lap is a bit hard work for me to concentrate. Robert Butter, that's him. Where's he gone? Let's do a petition. Bring our Butter back. Bring back the butter. Bring back the butter. Hold on, I'm winning here. 3 to go yet. You. Have you ever heard of a thing golden in colour and silky to the touch called butter? Tell you what, we haven't had any proper idiots lately. When I first used to start streaming, I used to give an award out to Idiot of the Day. We don't seem to get them much anymore. One of them who just comes in and starts swearing all over the place. For no reason whatsoever. I don't seem to get them anymore. Used to get at least one of them every single time. At least he was sort of saying about, he was just saying how good he was, and he was a fast racer. No two ways about it. Just bigging himself up a bit, like we all do. Come on, let's be honest. We all like to think we're brilliant. Secretly, we all know we're shit. I'll just talk about it a bit more than others, that's all. Why don't you join a proper team then, Josh? Have you won? Have you won? Or are you sticking with the Three Stooges? You reckon you can race 8 hours a day? You can join my team. And if you do race that, you will be racing more than the other 2 or 3 of us that are in it. But you would pick up, reward of whatever, 70, 80 gold or whatever. And if you are any good and you do race what you say, 8 hours a day, then from my team you could then progress to Julian's team in Reds. Oh, so you've binned me already, have you? You're going to join BBX1. I've been binned. So for the next one, the laps, you are better off in a small team. If you get in a small team, in fact, if you are going to do 8 hours, BBX1 is not a great team. Julian's team, Reds, is a good team. That is a proper team. If you want to get revenue out of it, in fact, if you are going to race for 8 hours on the next one, which is for this one, laps, then you are definitely better off going as a solo player. You will earn yourself 500 gold out of that. You ain't going to get 500 gold being in anybody's team except on your own. Let's have a little look at the race teams actually. Well, I'm not going to win any of them because it's now going to need a service, so I'm going to put that in service. And I serviced this bloody thing last night. When I woke up today, I put it on and it still needed service. It did. Sometimes that does that, it doesn't take. What, race teams? Who's that? FJ, I don't know, who's that? Oh, what's happened here? How long we got to go? Right, so 2 laps time. Full GT laps challenge. Right, what do you get? We had the prize here. Right, so here. Top 1000. I can't see with the chat. The chat's over the top of it. Top 1000, 200 gold. So if you do 8 hours, you will definitely get top 1000. So you should be in your own team, Josh, and get 200 gold out of it. Now the team I'll have will be 3 or 4 of us, and we should get top 1000 quite easily. So we will get about 60 gold each out of it for doing maybe 3 or 4 hours each. No, honestly, Josh, if you want to put in 8 hours, then you need to be going as a solo team. If you want to do, say, 3 hours or 4 hours maybe, then you are better off in my team. If you you know, Julian will then see if you are any good, and he could then promote you to his team if that's what you want to do. Yeah, but you're going to be doing that. Well, we can sort that out afterwards anyway, Julian. He could go and get that afterwards. But I think you know, people only deserve that if they are putting it. It depends how much time you are putting in, Neil. If you're putting in 8 hours, you will get 200 gold out of it. If that's the way you want to do it. I mean, you can go and join another team afterwards and piggyback off of them and get their rewards. A lot of people do know about it already, but I'm not really going to go into that, how you do it and stuff, because it'll get stopped. And you know, I don't particularly like doing it myself. I've done it, I think, once or twice over the years, but some people do it every single week, every single event. To me, that is not really earning it yourself. So I don't really like doing it, but I know there are hundreds that do it every single time. So I'm not going to go into it. Let me just I was just going to go and make a quick cup of tea, so I'll leave you there a minute. That's a bit of a rip-off, isn't it? You can't look at your garage unless you download the whole lot. I wanted to have a little look at my garage, but I can't because I don't want to download another 500 megabytes for for the game, because it takes too much of my resources up of my phone.
Right.
Ah, there we are. Tea and toast. That I used to drive with no assists for 3 years, and I refused to put assists off. To me, totally not what the game's about, but not anymore. Game won't run with no assists for me anymore. Let's turn this sound down and watch a few adverts for this stupid thing. I want to finish this fold off, I think, in the next hour or half hour or whatever. I don't know where I was. Where is the thing? Well, I ain't got a lot left, so what I'll do is I'll get V8 supercars at Bathurst. Oh, Bathurst, I mean. Oh, when I first done something or other about Bathurst, I always called it Bathurst because that's just the way my accent is. Oh, I got slated something terrible. Which one? The new ones or the old ones? I think there's more than one in there. That's coming up in it in about a month's time, I think. The oh, my memory is useless. What do they call that? The Bathurst 1000, is it? I normally watch that on a stream when that's on. I do like that. Right, who's been shopping? Steve, who's been shopping? Bugger. MP, which MP for? The new one. Didn't you win it? Oh, that stupid thing. Can I give your race team a try and see how I get on? Well, I'm warning you here and now. You do about half hour an hour, I will slag you off to the whole world. Or 15 people that might be watching. But, I mean, you're on here. If I stream, you are on here quite a lot. So I presume that you would be quite active. So yeah, you can join if you want. I bet there's only going to be about 4 of us. I'm not going to there'll be me, Breeze, you if you want to join it, and then maybe one other, and that'll be it.